Crafting a business plan for Medtech and life science innovators. Welcome Medtech and life science innovators to this video guide on crafting a business plan for your startup. If you followed our previous videos, you know that a business plan is truly a culmination of all elements that we've discussed. Your opportunity, solution, market, and more. It's not just an internal tool for your team, it's a comprehensive, living document for investors and stakeholders, providing a detailed roadmap for your venture. Today, we'll tackle the essentials of building a business plan tailored to the medtech and life science industries, answering common questions and outlining key components to set you up for success. Let's get started. So why does a business plan even matter? A business plan is your startup's blueprint. While a pitch deck offers a concise visual story for investors, a business plan dives deeper, guiding your strategy, operations, and growth. It's the foundation for everything, from securing funding to executing your vision. In medtech and life sciences, where development costs can soar and regulatory milestones stretch, a well-crafted plan is critical. This is your tool to turn innovation into impact. So what must a business plan include? Here are some essentials. Opportunity and problem, defining a healthcare challenge that you're solving. Solution, detailing your product or service and its value proposition. Market analysis, assessing the size, segments, and competition. Business model, explain how you'll generate revenue. Regulatory strategy, mapping your path to compliance. Team, highlighting who's driving the venture. Financials, cover past funding, projections and needs, and milestones and goals, providing a timeline of key steps. These are just some of the essentials of a business plan, and other business plans and prospectuses may have different elements. The structure is comprehensive, but yet flexible. Think of it as your pitch deck's detailed counterpart. It ensures every aspect of your startup is accounted for and actionable. So how do you explain the problem? Start with storytelling. Use patient stories or real-world examples to make it more relatable. For example, if your technology improves chronic wound care, share a case of a patient struggling with current treatments and back it with data. The World Healing Society reports that 6.7 Americans suffer from chronic wounds, costing $25 billion annually. This combination humanizes the issue and proves the need for your innovation, setting the stage for your solution. Unlike the visuals in your pitch deck, your business plan is where you get technical. Describe your product, how it's engineered, formulated, or designed. For example, if you're developing a new stent, explain its mechanics and materials, then highlight its benefits, like reducing clotting risk. Keep it clear and focused, reserving deep validation data such as clinical trial results for appendices. This balance ensures that your plan is thorough yet digestible, with evidence ready to support your claims. How detailed should your market analysis be? Go beyond the pitch deck basics with 3 key metrics. We'll start with the service obtainable market. These are your early adopters. So these are people that already believe in your vision and they're familiar with new technology and they actually encourage new technology and innovation in healthcare. So start with this sample size first. Next is your service available market. So say if you're moving geographically from one state to a broader region, this could be the next target market that is available to you within your resources and team. And lastly is your total addressable market. This is the full potential of your product scales globally. So for example, the $10 billion diabetes device market per Grandview Research. Include a competitive landscape, but don't make claims that there is no competition, but show how your solution is nuanced or novel. This depth demonstrates market savviness and strategic focus. What financials impress stakeholders? Transparency is actually key. List past funding such as grants, seed rounds, or angel investments, projected sales, tie them into your service obtainable market, for example, selling 200 devices to 20 clinics a year. And you need to think about your future needs, detailed funding amounts, timelines, and uses of that funding. For example, like you need $1 million for FDA submission or $500,000 for manufacturing. Use a milestone table to tie funds to outcomes. Investors hate hype. Be realistic and specific to build trust. How do you present your team is a common question when writing your business plan. You want to instill confidence with roles, credentials, and relevant successes. For example, our CTO developed imaging software at Siemens, aligning with our diagnostic focus. Highlight expertise in research and development, regulatory affairs, or commercialization. skills critical to medtech and life sciences. Skip unrelated experiences and focus on what drives your startup forward. A strong team signals that you're equipped to execute your vision. How long should your plan be? Well, you want to have it concise yet thorough, and 10 to 20 pages is ideal. In South Dakota, 10 pages is standard for most competitions, but don't be surprised if it grows as your startup evolves. Use appendices or technical details or extra data to keep the core documents focused. This is a living document at the end of the day. Your first draft might be 5 pages, but as you refine your strategy and research, it will expand. The key here is clarity and not length. Another common question is, well, how do I make this business plan stand out? And one key to this is using storytelling to break through the noise. Share your why. Maybe that's a personal experience with a healthcare gap that sparks your idea. Define your unique value proposition, whether that's a proprietary technology, a market gap, or your team's edge. For instance, our AI-driven diagnostics cut detection times by 50%, addressing delays in rural care. Align this with your brand's vision to create a cohesive, compelling narrative that grabs attention. So at the end of the day, what should you avoid? Watch out for these few things. Text overload. Use visuals, tables, and timelines to break up dense sections in your business plan. Ignoring risks. It is apparent that you want to address regulatory, market, and technical challenges head on with solutions like backup testing plans. And lastly, you don't want to have your business plan using overly technical jargon. Simplify for non-experts and spell out acronyms like FDA as the Food and Drug Administration, and explain terms clearly. Be transparent and proactive to sidestep this trap. How do you handle follow-ups? Well, be ready with appendices or an FAQ section covering intellectual property, scalability, or regulatory details. Know your plan inside out, every number, milestone, and assumption. If investors ask you about your cash runway or trial timeline, you don't want to fumble. Preparation shows credibility. And last but not least, you want to write this business plan yourself and don't rely heavily on AI because you need to own every word when questioned. In conclusion, your business plan is your strategy brought to life, a dynamic tool that evolves with your startup. At the end of the day, the business plan is a document and you need to understand your audience. So whether that's to stakeholders or to inventors, you may want to have multiple copies and have a specific call to action. Thank you for watching, and for more guidance, check out the resources from the Small Business Administration or connect with a Medtech mentor. Your innovation deserves a plan as bold as your vision, and you want to build that with purpose.